Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode on the Xisuminati server. How's everybody doing today? Me, I'm pretty excited. I've got a really cool episode planned for today, and I think you guys are going to like it. But before we get to that, there's a little bit of progress from in between episodes to catch you up on. First, right over here, we kind of cleaned up this machine that I'd built last time, the slag mill, we can call it. Cleaned it up, hid it behind the wall a little bit more, because I can't do microblocks with this. I put all the wiring behind it, and it works. So that's pretty cool. Made my compressed cobblestone machine in here, so that we can get more of that lovely octuple. So, yeah. Sheep farm's been doing great. Made all the wool I needed for today's episode. Now, there has been some progress outdoors, mostly just in the decorating department, in paths and stuff like that, and continuing on here and putting up trees and all this fancy stuff. There was a pond there that I got rid of. I have plans to put it back, it's just I wanted it higher up. And I've got this little garden here that I've been working on and stuff like that. Just trying to do the decorative aspects of the base, because it doesn't all have to be functional. It can just be decorative. So, laid out a couple of ideas and working on the paths. So, I think the base is coming along pretty cool. I'm liking it. So, that's about it for the catch-up. Let's head over to spawn, which is where this project will be. Let me jump into here, into the teleporter hub, which is not quite done yet. Kind of hurts the frames a little bit. There's just a lot going on. I'm not exactly sure who's working on it. Oh yeah, there's the frames. You can feel it. But it's pretty cool. And it's just right below spawn. So there's been a bunch of progress made here. There's people building stuff all over the place. And it's really cool to see stuff pop up. We've got ourselves a post office, super builders one, kiosk, I guess, over there. Stuff like that. So right over here is a place I have claimed for today's project. It's kind of big, isn't it? But the thing is it's going to be two shops right next to each other. And they're both going to be made out of wool, and they fit inside the glowstone. So where I have the glowstone is kind of the bounding box of each of the shops. So they are kind of substantial in size. Now, what I'm going to do for building them is I'm going to try and refine the time-lapse style that I'd done when putting up the first portion of my house. Just because I don't have an account to do third-person time-lapses with, and, I'm really not too fond of the first-person time-lapse style, because it just goes blah, 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 and you get all crazy and dizzy. For short bursts, it's cool. For longer time lapses, third person is better. So, I'm going to get working on this and see how many people can figure out what it's going to be before they're done. So, let's get cracking. And there we have it. A couple of finished pets. We've got a kitty and a doggy. Hey, look at that. Don't they look cool? I think they look pretty good to me. So, hopefully the time-lapse works better than last time. I think it looks better. I forgot chat again. It seems I have to do it every episode. So, if you haven't figured out what these shops are for yet, they're for pets. It's a cat and dog shop. It's a place for people to come and get pets. So, here I've started to dig out where the shop will actually be. Yeah, believe it or not, these things, they're not the shop, they're just the advertisement. I think they're pretty eye-catching. So down here, we're going to have a machine that will basically dispense cats and dogs. It's really not that amazing in terms of technology with things like MFR's auto spawners and stuff like that. It's not too hard. Oh, no. One block too low. My method just doesn't require essence. Yes. I'm trying to think of where I am putting blocks and where I'm not. Should probably have my sandbox. There we go. So we've got something like that. And right about here, we're going to have ourselves a doorway. And we're just going to use ineffable glass, because it's quick and simple, and I don't actually need... I don't actually need a physical door. So that works out. So basically what this is going to be, it's going to be a place to store some fish for the cat one and bones for the dog, so that you can tame them, and golden lassos. Because tamed or untamed, you can't take your pets through ineffable glass. So the lassos will be useful, and the glass is there to prevent the wild ones from escaping. So it'll come in handy. So, whoopsies. Whoopsies. Oh, wow, I'm really great at this. I can aim, I swear. Actually, that's not those. That needs to be a couple of stair blocks, because that'll go down. Ooh. Apparently I'm missing a couple of blocks that I forgot to bring, but that's okay. What do you guys think so far? I know there's really not that much to it yet, but yipsies. Oh, come on. I keep just nicking that bounding box. There we go. So yeah, I'm missing the blocks for the ceiling and the pillars here. I forgot about those. That's okay. We've got this block. Whoopsies, wrong bag. We need to get our chisel. We need to chisel the Tyrian. And it needs to go like a show. There. Is it lit now? I keep getting comments that, you know, the videos are a touch dark. And it is something I'm working on fixing. The problem is that YouTube compression darkens the videos. So I can see all of this just fine. But to those of you viewing on YouTube, it's dark. And it's really hard to find the balance when editing as to what will look good on YouTube compared to what looks good on my monitor. Because even when I'm editing the videos, I can't tell. It looks like washed out if I up the brightness at all. So we'll try it. We'll see if it works. If it's better, then I'll just ignore that it looks washed out. So that's about it. But anyway, what I'm doing here, if you are curious, is I'm making basically kennels. It's not where the actual pets that you can take are going to be kept, but we'll use examples. And what I think will be really fun is that it's actually going to be their wild form. Like, I'm not going to have cats. I'm going to have ocelots. So, of course, I'll need name tags and stuff like that, but that's okay. I think that'll look cooler, because that's what's coming out of the machine. It's going to come out as an ocelot, because if it came out as a cat, well, it would have meant that I tamed it or whatever, and, you know, that would kind of ruin it, because then the person can't claim it. So, couple of drawers there. I'm kind of contemplating embedding them into the wall, but then they kind of break up that part right there. I could move them over a block. We'll see. I do need to get these blocks and the rest of the blocks, because that's where the lighting goes. So I'm gonna get that, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, what do you think of that? We've got the missing blocks. More Z-tones. I'm really starting to like Z-tones for its decorative abilities. And we've got all these little strips of light. Hopefully it's bright enough for you guys. So, this room back here is pretty simple, but it's kind of the heart of the machine. This is where everything is really going to happen. Now, unfortunately, we've got ourselves a little bit of a cave system there, but that's okay. We will just build around it. So what we need to do is something like this. And why, you ask, do I do something like that? Well, it's the solution to one of my problems, namely being that when the cat or dog comes along, they would tend, like, they fall into here. There's going to be more ineffable glass. Right along there. And this is kind of the taming chamber. This is where you come in, you hit a button, gives you your cat or dog, and then you tame it. Well, I was having it dispensed out of a hole here, and it would just climb back up and run away. And I was like, no. So I had to make a little depression, so it can't escape. And actually, that doesn't belong there. That needs to go there. Ah. So. It's a little bit of building. A little bit of digging out. But it's not too bad. So on this wall is actually where the button will be. I do that. Oh, I do not have the blocks I need with me. So let's dump off all this stuff. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. I do, however, need you and you. And you. And one of you. Don't need the black wool anymore. Alright. So, right here, we've got ourselves a button. Look at that button. Pretty crazy button, but it works. See? Click. Click. I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's a full block button. And it does the job well. So here we want a line of quartz. And right here, we want these guys. My little multimeter doohickey. Set them to green, turn them on. Ta-da! Alright, we have light. Now that, when you fail to fly, that can actually get filled in, because that goes across like that. That's actually the wrong block. That is supposed to be this guy. Ta-da! Look at that. Alrighty. So we need that, and one more. Ta-da! Alright. Now we need to dig in there. Around here. Around. And to the button. Yay, the button. Looks like I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of lighting down in this cave. Just so that we don't get any unwanted visitors. So right behind the button, we have ourselves a dispenser. No, bad. That's not behind the, I mean it is behind the button, right there. So that when they hit the button, it fires the dispenser. It's really that simple. And then what we're going to use is conveyor belts. And I'm not sure if I can rotate these with a wrench or not, because it's going to be a bit of a pain. Meow. Nope. Alright. What we're going to need to do then is lay out blocks underneath. And we'll just do something like that. Take out this layer. There. Well, and I guess I'll actually need to fill this in with quartz anyway. Oh, bit of block leg, that's okay. See? Easy peasy. And then we just fill it in with quartz. And when we're around front here, all you see is the quartz. Ooh, a little bit of a gap there you can see, so we might need to fix that, but it's not too big of a deal. Not many people are going to be seeing that. Oop, nope. I need to put the conveyor belt down first. And then go do that. We do that, and we do that. Let that block so we can get out. That block there. And that block back there. Look at that. Now it's this conveyor belt path to drop your pet right there. So if we dig back here, which will allow us to fix that, it will also, of course, need to close this in, because we don't want our lovely new pets to be, you know, falling off and dying down there. That would suck. I ordered a cat and what I got was a pile of mush. That would not be very good service. So let's get all of this out of my inventory. And then we need this guy. And that, we need the saw. Don't need the hammer anymore. And we have something like this. Or we put windows back there. Ta-da! And now you'll be able to watch your pet come around and drop down for you to tame. So that's pretty cool. What I am lacking, and I forgot to bring, is the pets. So I'm gonna run back and get those. And then this one should be complete. Woohoo! Alrighty. So we're back here, and we've got the last pieces. Haha, look at that. And we've got the last pieces required to finish this up. So, first off, we're going to spend a couple of these little guys in order to get some residents. Because, hey, what's a pet shop without a couple of pets? Already here, waiting. We're actually going to need more than that. That should do it. Actually, no, I didn't bring the name tags with me because I'm a derp and I don't think ahead. Well, let's just put aside, say, 3 eggs so that we can have 3 pets. And we'll load the eggs into the dispenser and it'll be good. Now, what we're going to do as well is we're going to have a comparator here, and in some very simple redstone, wow. Oh no. No, I don't want it to power the dispenser. So let's actually put it right there. Come on. There we go. Gonna need a half slab so that it doesn't power the dispenser, but it will power the lamp. Do I have any half slabs with me? I do not. Oh, crafting bench. Crafting bench. There's one. Haha. Make us some half slabs. Oh, and also I named it Mrs. Mews Cats. It's a fun name. Alright, so half a slab. And if we stick some dust right there. Ta-da! Crap. It fired the dispenser. It's not supposed to do that. It's a half slab. No. Aw, man. Okay, let's take those eggs out of there. Turns the light off. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to have a light when it has contents. But why would it fire the dispenser? It shouldn't travel down through a half slab, would it? I thought it didn't work like that. Unless something with the mods has modified redstone. I don't know. Unfortunately, this guy's going to be a little bit of a bust because I don't have any name tags with me. Actually, what I can do... Seal that up. Lasso. Yoink. There we go. I'll get him back in the system once I figure this out. That's very strange, because I could have sworn that half slabs prevented the energy going down. Unless I'm completely mistaken. Of which, you know, I could be. Let's try something else. Let's try... If we move the lamp back and stick cobblestone in there, see, that'll turn the light on. And that's not too bad. If we just do a little bit of decoration around it, do something like that and that, then we can put a sign that says in stock when lit. Yeah, that could work. And when you take it out, light goes off. And it does not fire the dispenser by loading more in. Okay. This is good stuff. What about pressing the button? Ooh, it destroys the sign, right, because these signs, they respond to block updates. It's just so silly. What if we put it on there? It's still very readable. What? That makes no sense. Fine, we'll just have to deal with a regular oak, you know, vanilla Minecraft sign. I'll get it later. That is so weird. Alright, we're also going to need name tags. Jeepers, I'm just not prepared. But that kind of stuff I'll worry about afterwards. What I want to worry about right now, as the final piece to this puzzle, is with ocelots and wolves later roaming around, in these little pens. Boo. Hey, block leg. They're gonna be pooping. They're gonna be pooping. So what I want to do is set up one of those guys. And if we increase its range, to as big as it gets, I'm pretty sure that would be it. And we put a piece of poop in it. We can then lock it. Hey. Hey, give me the poop back. You can't even take stuff out of a drawer like that. That's okay. I'll deal with that. And then what we'll do is add a void upgrade to it. Now, of course, that means it will store a lot of poop, but that's okay. It's going to be running all the time, and it's going to collect all the poop from around here, and it's not going to grab anything else. If I go, whoops. Oh, turn my magnet off. You know, whoopsie, I dropped an item. It doesn't grab it. It will only grab all the poop out of there And that's pretty cool. So we're actually going to knock it off so I can get the poop back, so that I can go over to this one and set up one on this side as well. I think it's a pretty novel concept to keep the area clean. Because let's face it, who wants to go into a pet shop and all of a sudden... Oh, no, that needs to go one more block back. You know, all of a sudden there's just poop sitting there, being all stinky. That wouldn't be very cool. So, yeah. We'll get those. We'll get the name tags. Get a proper sign for that. But it'll work. When you saw it, it gives an ocelot. It goes around and it falls in here and it can't get out. And you can tame it with the fish and take it home with the lasso. There we go. We got at least the cat shop done. I'll worry about getting the dog shop done in the meantime, or in between episodes. It's the exact same design. It's going to be all the same blocks. The only difference is the lights will be blue instead of green, and it will dispense dogs instead of cats. Woo! So, yeah, I'll worry about that in between episodes. This place is going to need a proper entrance. They've also got a bit of decoration in the form of pet beds. I have, you know, big pet beds that they're both sitting in. So those will have to be made. I'll probably do that in between episodes as well. They're not exactly exciting. It's just a bunch of black wool with a purple wall. Woohoo! So yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Hopefully it was cool. Hopefully the time lapse was at least, you know, exciting enough, and you know, it's what I came up with. And I think it looks pretty cool. What do you think of the art? What do you think of the pixel art? The puppy and the kitty. It took me and my fiance a couple of hours to design those things, but I think they turned out really well. I really like them. Other than that, you know what to do. This is the part where if you haven't done it already, leave me a like. Put a like on that video. Put a comment down, tell me what you thought. Did my brightness settings help a bit? Is it too bright? Is it washed out? Is it perfect? Still too dark? Let me know. And be sure to come back for next episode. Bye-bye.